So,
Exactly what?
uh, of course, I didn't
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
it to most of the people, but they were all Fibonacci trades. Now, I don't know if you watched the video, the one I sent you yesterday.
Extensions. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to
I
show you.
wanted to ask you. Okay, you complete, complete.
Now you can ask a question before we go further.
Eh, Now, I wanted to ask you. Yes, I saw this thing of extension. What? But for me, I've I've so far taken like 3 or 4 trades, and to my surprise, I think I'm progressing well.
What are you using?
But
Fibonacci?
my profit targets, no, not Fibonacci, my brother. I've been using uh what eh, trend line, third touch, and support of double top.
Yeah. Now, as let me tell you, as long as you
Right.
stick to trading with the trend, of course, I'm going to show you
Mm,
other ways how you can avoid being in the negative side of the trend. You get, for example, are you looking at the chart? I want to
yes.
show something. Now, you see here, of course, the market is still
Mm,
very bullish from down here.
yeah.
It's
Mm,
very bullish. Let me, from the far time frame, you can see that it's still very bullish. Even
yes.
this action that is doing right now, it's a bullish action because we haven't had a break of
Mm,
structure to the downside. But I want to
mm,
take it to, we
mm,
shall run a strategy called highs and lows of the week, where you can
mm,
determine trend for the week, you know? Now you can see that
mm.
trend for the week, there has no trend actually. The market was just ranging. And that's why
It's
it's
ranging,
here.
yes.
Yeah, look at this. This was on Monday when the market opened, and it's just the market has just been playing around here for the whole week. You get.
Mm, yes.
So the highs and lows of the week strategy that I'll show you is we can determine the trend for it. For example, you see here, you see where these two lines are.
Mm,
This was for last week.
yes.
So you wait for
Yes.
the first one candle to break out, then you get the trend for the week, and you can see the buys continued. But
Mm,
you can see that here a downward trend would have continued. You get like
yes.
here,
Yes.
here. This was a downward trend.
Mm,
It's because we had this M pattern forming, then the market began going down. Yeah.
down.
Of course, here,
Mm,
this is the current trend, which is a downtrend here. So to come back here,
mm.
I had to align with the current trend at that time. Why? Because here the market
Selling.
had gone so down. You get, in fact,
Mm,
and it
yes.
left
Yes.
here, it left what we call the supply zone. It's not so perfect, but
Mm,
I'm saying it's a supply zone. So I had to
yes.
align my trade with that direction for the shortest time possible for me to get money out of the market. You get. And you
Yes.
can see that when the
Mm,
market it started dropping from here. Now, I would like you to share your screen. And anyway, it's okay. It will be
I will
so.
share my screen. No?
So you can see that the market formed its higher high here, meaning the trend had begun and formed a higher low. I mean, higher low, higher high, then a lower. I mean, this was the high, then a
Lower high.
lower low, lower high, lower low. Then I had to get a point where the market was going to form a lower high. You
Mm,
get. So what did I
yes.
do? I
Yes.
just
Yes.
said, for me to get a place where this market is likely to retrace from to, I have to
Mm,
use only tool that gets the retracement out of the market, which is a fib. So I just pull this fib
mm,
in line with the trend from this high to this low, and I took a, sorry, let me just, so I'll get this tool again. I took it from here to here. I want to just show you the perspective.
mm,
So I waited for this trade until it came back to my golden area. Now, last time I was telling you about the importance of this zone here. It's the one I took. Of course, you can choose another one.
mm.
Choose
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
to
I,
seven.
I first finish talking. I will give you my the way. I took that one.
Where you traded this week. Okay. So
I did.
this retracement is what I was looking. Now, of course, I didn't only trade the confluence only. You get. I added
Mm,
other reasons as to why I'm taking the sell. And you can see that here we have of course this is a 618 area.
618.
Then
Mm,
also this supply zone was one of the reasons why. Yeah. Supply zone was one of the reasons why. Now, of course, I didn't expect the market to drop largely from here because we had what we call this support, the trend line support. I was like,
mm,
for the shortest time possible and bring it back to this.
mm,
And when it goes back so fast to here, at least I'll have more
mm,
reasons as to why I'm going to sell. And you can see when it came back here, it's
mm.
already a break and retest. Now, immediately I saw the break
Yes.
here. I was like, okay, nice.
Mm,
I have a very good retest and I'm going to have a perfect trade. Now, those are the trades where I go all in because at some point I feel I'm going to have a perfect trade, you know? And this
mm.
long
Yes.
probability, it's a high probability setup. It's in line with the trend, strong
Mm,
Fibonacci area. Now, if you go closely, you
mm,
can even see the chart pattern,
mm,
pattern, which is an M pattern here. And guess what? If you go to the indicators that shall look at with time, there is a TDI. I'll show
mm,
you. There's something called a divergency here, like this. Okay.
mm.
We can see that. Let me just show you how it looks like. So these are one of the conferences, but majorly, I considered mostly. Let me just show you how that thing looks like. So I'll just mark out these 2 points. So you can tell the market went to this higher high, and yet here it's forming something which is not so high.
Eh,
Yeah,
I. Mm.
it's always the negative. If here it's up, here it's likely to slant down. I'll show you another one which is
It's on.
very perfect. But yeah, so those are the reasons as to why that one stuck at that point.
It's sold.
And if you're
Mm,
at all the tools of the TDI, you can see RSI level, which is you can see it's dotted line, then Bollinger Bands, blah, blah, a lot. So the
mm,
confluences were
mm,
many. So of course I held it up to down here at this psychological level.
mm.
Look at the action on the psychological level. Market just tapped, went back, tapped again, and that was it. You know?
I entered from here.
From where? Anyway, you're going to show me. You're going to show.
Mm, yes, yes.
So the another day comes. This was yesterday when I didn't have, of course, the country has so many blackouts. Didn't have electricity, but
Mm,
I decided to take another trade. I considered the
mm,
current market movement here, the current trend. I was like, okay, we're having an upward trend because the market has broken above this support. I mean, this resistance, came back, retested it,
mm,
and formed a new one, came back, retested that psychological level, and went and formed a new one. So I was like, okay, I found the market here. I had one confluence,
mm.
sorry, a trend line, point A, point B, point C wasn't there yet.
Fancy.
But I also had a
Mm,
psychological level. I was like, okay, I have two confluences. Two, how am I going to take this trade?
mm.
Then I was like, okay, I'm looking to buy from a buying market, meaning I need a Fibonacci retracement. I came and
Mm,
pulled it from here to this high, took it to the future, and you can see I got my zone. I was like, okay, it's in my zone. What's the last thing I'm going to consider?
mm.
Candlesticks. Candlesticks. And you can see that engulfing. You see that?
Man, man, I saw that engulfing, but I feared to enter, my brother,
Why?
because for me, I'm used to. Now, let me tell you, I'm used to forming a big candle, then an inside bar, then a bullish candle, then I enter, or forming an evening star.
All right.
But I saw that trade very well, but I missed it.
I don't know what an inside bar is. I don't know. So
Okay, an inside bar, it's like which example will I give you? You see that? Ah, how can I say it? Okay, like a big bar, then
I'm going
a
to
small bar is formed that does not pass through the highs or lows of
okay.
the previous bar.
I'm going to just make research about it because you may not explain it deeply.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That was this trade. Now today I wake up and the market is here. I was like, okay,
mm,
now it has already gone down. Now here I stuck.
mm,
Now this is the one which may be difficult. I was stuck between
mm.
market and buying the market. You can see the market condition right there. I was stuck because here
Yes, yes.
I would say it has broken. Like this is the flag and has broken out. You know,
Mm,
consider this. I'd say it's
channel.
some channel was broken out. So at first I was considered, then I was like, but the market didn't come back to retest this trend line. It didn't. It didn't.
Mm,
I was like, meaning it's going, it has to go back up there. Or chances are high it has to go back up there. Then it hit me.
mm,
I was like, this
mm,
market was going up. It was still in an uptrend. Yeah. So where
mm,
here it was coming back to retest something. Then it hit me that okay, we are in an uptrend. So I pulled the fib
mm,
from here up to up here and stretched it out.
mm,
And this was
mm.
like this is a W pattern. Let's
Yes.
take this on the 1 hour time frame, but the 15 looks more clear. You can see that here on the 1 hour time frame, the market tried to give us those patterns of going up. You can see that here we have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then this is this. This looks like a retracement. Oh, like, okay. Let me see. Let me confirm. So when I confirmed it, I was like, nice. So meaning I'm looking for buyers. So
Yeah, yeah.
market got me here. Now you see this weak rejection. I expected it. Now, how did I expect
Mm,
market movement? Of course, I didn't expect a week. I expected a huge market
mm,
movement to that zone. But at some point, I'd also got
mm,
confirmation here, which is an engulfing. You get?
mm,
Sorry. I'd got my confirmation, which was an engulfing here. And also why? It's because the market had already
mm,
gone up. Then, if you consider there's a 61.8 retracement area here, and also
mm.
if you look on the left, that is like support and resistance structure.
Support and resistance.
Yeah, I want you to differentiate them. There is demand and supply structure. There's support and resistance
Mm,
structure. You have to know which one you're trading. You have to see when it happens, you have to look and say, okay, this is
mm.
support and resistance structure. You get.
That
So
one I don't know it.
we shall go through them. Support and resistance
Okay.
structure is the normal support and resistance. For
For yeah, that is I know that one.
yeah. Then we shall look at demand and supply structure. Then other guys have that
Mm,
thing of fair value gaps and stuff like that. You know.
mm,
But look at this, the market. Now, when I saw it deep like that, I was like, okay, we may get that movement. But I already entered the market because my confluences were already in this box. I had uh support and resistance structure here. I have a 61.8 area. All I was waiting for is this engulfing. And when it happened, I was overwhelmed. Now, when the market pushed down here, that's when I added orders. If you saw the chart that I shared of the profits, the reason why I
mm,
made so many profits in a small amount of money is because cost averaging. Once the market is dipping and
mm,
you're getting losses, there is a way your margin level
mm,
drops. I mean, increases and you can enter
mm,
more positions.
mm,
So
mm,
I did that and just kept adding positions. And you can see that the market came back to give us other entries here at the Fibonacci, at the psychological level. And at that same psychological level,
mm,
we have this slight order block here. And currently,
mm.
even though you had entered here, you'd be in some profit still. But
No,
I'm analyzing
I mean a trade.
unit,
Mm.
trend, but it's coming to it's Friday.
Uh, should I close it?
It's up to you, man. So
Okay, but I'm optimistic that the week will be bullish.
so um
Mm,
yeah, it's you can leave it running. It's you. So what I'm doing is I
mm,
think we may get another similar trade from here. Just to repeat what happened here. And I would very much want to see this market drop and give us that 61.8 area before buying again. So I'm just waiting for next week. But anyway, it's a Monday. We don't know what will happen. you know. So
Mm,
that's how I've been trading this week. Basically, fibs.
this week.
Yeah.
Now let me try and share you with my.
Wait, let me stop sharing.
Hmm,
And
okay,
can now share.
okay. They are saying only the host can share in this meeting.
Oh, just a minute. A minute.
Mm,
Allow you to share screen. You can now try.
okay, yes, I accept it. Now,
I can't
what
see a
is this?
screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to allow something.
Okay.
They're saying me
On the
to
set.
allow
Yeah.
in the settings here. Okay, I've allowed.
Yeah, I can see it
Can
now.
you see my screen?
I can
Okay,
see it.
okay. Let me share for you. MT4. That is a trade.
Okay.
Now
Which broker
I
is it?
entered from here. Templar as usual. Now for me, the thing of fib, I did not consider it. I considered entering from here. You see this double top here?
Yeah.
It's like an M pattern, eh? It's the one I used. So under I use this trend line. I don't know if my thing is just not good or I'm just like gambling. You can tell me, my brother. So that is how I saw this area. So I waited for the
Always,
candlestick pattern.
always draw your trend lines from where the trend begins from,
Oh,
like from the lowest low,
the lowest point, eh?
from the
Like
lowest
this, eh?
to the new point. You can see that.
Mm,
Oh, that one is kind of accurate.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your broker,
then
even-
there I did a problem.
your broker shows that the trend line was
Yes,
retraced. Anyway,
yeah.
always draw your trend lines from where the trend begins from. Like if it's
That's oh,
it's the market going up, mark out the last low
mm,
and draw it from there and look for it.
oh. Oh, you cannot connect them, eh?
Yeah, try to be perfect. Like
Now the other one that I told you it
how
was
did you
here.
enter this market, this
But
trade?
let me show. Come again
Okay, continue until you show me how you entered today's trade.
to this trade. I entered from here. I first entered from here after after giving me this. But I have screenshots.
It's okay,
Can I show you the screenshots?
just explain.
Okay. The way I've drawn my trend line. But anyway, I'll do some improvements like this. And it had support of there. Then the second one I took was here, though I was topped out.
Well,
Topped out as in I reduced my what? My size, my stop loss size
mm,
here. Then I entered again. This week, I
mm,
entered from here, then the week came back. So I entered again from here up. That's why you see it coming back for me.
Okay.
Uh, then which trade did I take? This one again. Let me first delete this one now.
Try to adjust those trend lines.
Okay, okay. I'll do that.
You don't use
That's part of
fibonacci.
learning. Now, so I do. Don't you see these red lines?
Okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Mm. So here, why this car week stopped me out? I considered.
Which way?
Where are we? Uh, here I entered from here.
Where?
Leave alone. Here I'm going to show you the reasons here also. Now I considered these double tops you see on the left here and here.
Yeah, that is resistance.
Mm.
That is resistance,
Yeah, this is the resistance. Yes,
which turns into support.
here. Yeah, I took from this area,
So
and
what else did you consider?
I considered a third trend line touch, then support and resistance because the round number was the psychological level was down and was tested,
Also,
as you can see it here.
where did you get the trend line touch?
It was coming. It was coming here. It was coming.
You consider all that as a
The
trend line.
trend
Okay,
maybe
first put back your trend line how it was.
it was like this.
That's how it was.
That's how it was. Yeah,
Now,
I'm talking. Mm,
wait, you have another trend line.
mm. This
First,
one is for.
I'm looking for the trend line touch you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, the one I'm talking about. Let me show you. M15. This one going up.
Okay, now
This one.
that's not a trend line touch, because now that
Mm.
is
Oh,
the market has moved out of the trend line. You traded a fake out.
oh,
You traded a
a
fake
fake
out.
out. Oh,
Yes. You traded, you traded a fake out, and the market just did
mm,
what the fake out would do. And this trend line that you're
mm.
showing, yes, it may be okay when before the market comes out of it, but just can I say it? Um, the trend line had been invalidated, sorry.
Mm.
But
Invalidated. Oh,
try to trade something that is inside the trend line rather than two out. You get.
oh.
Now, when the
Mm,
market breaks out of your trend line, leave that trade
mm.
because okay, currently you're using confluence. Wait, you mean down here? Like first go back to the part where just click it with that tool, the tool you are using.
Here.
Yeah, that trend line, that market has already moved out of the trend line. It's
Oh.
so maybe you are trading. Were you trading it when it had just reached there?
No, I thought I did it after waiting for this. I waited for this bull bar, this bullish bar, this one.
That's a fake out. Because now your trend line
Oh,
is
sorry.
already left out. It has already been left out. So most times what you
Mm,
have to do, let me show you.
okay. Let me stop sharing.
So you can see my screen. So I want you to see
Not
my trend.
yes, yes.
I want you to see where all my trend lines begin from. I think
Mm,
one began
yes. From lows.
this low, then took in this. And when this one came out, I want you to see its
Mm,
behavior. So just, I was looking, of course, here you'll be looking for the third touch. you know. But definitely this market
Mm,
is so it's the trend line can be so stiff, and you at times you just have to leave
mm,
the trade. But you can see that the market broke out and gave me a better touch here. Now look at this one also. You drew this one, you drew
mm,
this one, point A, point B, then pushed it to the future. Now are you seeing how the market hasn't done anything to it? Just broke through, broke back in,
mm.
played around. Literally it
No
wasn't,
relevance. No,
yeah,
not important.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
So most times when you want to draw a trend line, look for a market that is already trending. For example, if the market is already trending like this, and let me say point A, you can draw this one when it's still here. But once the market breaks it aggressively, don't try to look for buys.
Mm.
Just leave. Find where that trend line is going
Oh.
and go with it. And that's what I was telling you. Practice Fibonacci's a lot.
Mm.
For the time
Oh.
you may draw a trend line like this. Kumbe, the market is retracing to a Fibonacci zone here for it to go. You have to keep,
Oh.
you have to keep looking around to see where the market is likely to face some reaction from. And that's why you see when I was
Now,
drawing,
my brother.
I
Mm.
didn't say this. I just look for the crucial lows. For example, this low and this one is also crucial because
Mm.
it's down. And also when the market came,
Mm.
it just had to respect this trend line, you know.
Wow. Mm.
I have other trend lines here. Yeah, it takes practice. Let me see. I doubt if I have other trend line. I claim this chart. I claim this chart.
Mm. That's good. That's
Now
clean
you
work.
see, like such a market here. This is big.
Mm.
At times, yes, you can have. You see this low and this low. You just take the one which is the
Mm.
yes, but the lowest, like this one's low. So you just start it from here, and you take it to the future. This can be your point B here. Then you stretch it
Mm.
out. You may get a point C in future. Now, if you see the market has
Mm.
overleft you, you can draw a counter trend
Mm.
line inside that trend line. You can just zoom out a little bit. You don't again begin from here and go. Begin somewhere like where
Mm.
this trend begins from, like this. You can get a point here like this, or even this point, and you go.
Mm.
I see how the market has respected here, 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 until
Mm.
now. Once it breaks out like this, then you leave it here.
Mm.
Of course, you can get small trades, but you just leave it. Or you adjust, you remove it from here, you get a new point B, you get a new point B,
Mm.
and B. You can see here, this is the 15-minute time frame. The market did this. This is a small area. This is a small area. But you can see how these points have just played their crucial role. I just adjusted it a little bit, you know. I don't
Mm.
that
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
take it in. No, I don't force it. Yeah, you're going to
Oh.
do the trend line parts, you know. Let's get
Yeah.
something. Let's try gold. Okay, let's try Euro GBP.
Mm.
So for example, if this is I zoom out a little bit, I'd see, of course, here it looks like an uptrend, but currently I can draw a trend line from here where this trend begins from and take it to the future. But it's far from
Mm.
where the market is. Remember, this is the 4-hour time frame. But some people prefer to leave it.
Mm.
You know, you can leave it. Then you come to the 1-hour time frame and you can look for the current trend. You can see that this is began from here. Then you can say,
Mm.
since I began from here, let me take this point, get a point B here, and take it to the future. And you can see how the market is keeps bouncing off of that part. You get,
Mm.
yeah.
I get.
So you're going to need to